Welcome back to Shy Out of Town Sports. And we're going to talk about various rumors and things that are floating around that some of you might not be in favor of, but I kind of am, depending on what's going on. Now, everybody knows that when Ben Johnson took over as offensive coordinator in Detroit, like quickly after that, Deandre Swift was out the door. He was traded. So when Ben Johnson took over for the Bears as head coach, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I got a feeling that Ben Johnson is going to trade Deandre Swift. And it's spawned a lot of rumors. And you can add in that apparently around the league, a lot of people behind the scenes get the impression that the Bears are in love with Ashton Jeanty, the running back out of Boise State. But, a lot of us pretty much know that he's not going to fall to number 10 for the Bears to draft. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Bears would be looking for a way to move up, trade up, if Jeanty drops to number 6 where the Raiders are picking. Now, the Raiders can go in pretty much any direction. That thing is not looking that great. I mean, the only position they're set at is tight end with Brock Bowers. Everything else is a mess. They're set at head coach for now with Pete Carroll, but everything else is a mess. And my personal, outside of DeAndre Swift, because I don't think that alone would be enough. The Raiders will probably ask for the Bears' number 10 pick, obviously, plus DeAndre Swift. Hey, throw Tyson Bagent in there. The Raiders need a quarterback. And if they're not able to pick, I guess, maybe they like Shedeur Sanders, maybe not. I mean, can't really tell who they really like. But hey, throw Tyson Bagent in there with DeAndre Swift and a number 10 pick. But Swift alone, I don't think that's going to work. But let's read this from the Windy City. I'll leave a link to all articles in the description box. There's another one on Yahoo I want to leave too, because it's not just something that's sporadically spinning around. This is something that's being talked about for real behind the scenes. And a lot of it is rumors, but personally, I think these rumors are being planted by someone somewhere. And I don't think it's just fans like, what if we do this? Doing fantasy football in real time, don't have nothing to do with their individual fantasy football leagues, but just playing the game mentally. Well, what if we trade this player here and do that? Can we move up here to get this player and draft? You know how it go. That's what I think a lot of it is. But some of these rumors might have some truth behind them. So let's check it out. Bears trade DeAndre Swift to AFC laughingstock and wild projected deal. Now, we all know who the laughingstock is in AFC. I mean, I would say the Jets, but I got a feeling. So I'm reading this article for the first time, so I'm going to be reacting in real time. But the talk with the Raiders, it's not nothing new. But when I think of an AFC laughingstock, I actually think of the New York Jets. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I definitely think of the Jets. One of the biggest topics of discussion around Chicago this offseason has been what the Bears' plan at running back will be. Following the hiring of Ben Johnson, many fans speculated that Chicago would trade running back DeAndre Swift. I speculated that too. Given Swift was traded during Johnson's time with the Detroit Lions, that made sense. That said, Johnson has said on record multiple times since becoming head coach, stating that he loves Swift and can't wait to work with him. As a result, Swift's trade rumors died down, and fans began looking at running backs in the draft. Keep in mind, when coaches say stuff like that, it's the equivalent of players who know they have multiple choices as far as where they're going to be, if they want to be traded, if they're at the end of their contract, they have a choice. Okay, I want to be here. I don't want to go anywhere else, even though they already have in the back of their mind that they've already mentally checked out because they know they're gone. They're like, you know what? I got my eye on Miami, so I'm gonna tell y'all I don't want to go to Miami, but I really want to go to Miami, and I'm gonna make it happen. But when they speak out loud, oh no, I don't want to leave here. I love the city. I want to stay here. I was using Miami as an example. But players do that all the time. Coaches too, really. Oh, I'm not gonna leave this team. I'm here for the long haul. Next thing you know, the coach is coaching for a division rival. And I'm not mad at that. Shout out to Ben Johnson. Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty was the first to catch everyone's eye after the season he had in 2024. However, some have projected that Jeanty will be drafted before the Bears pick at number 10. That's what I think. Still, Bears fans came up with scenarios where Chicago lands the Boise State playmaker, whether it be through trades or him falling. And I still maintain the opinion that he is not falling to 10. Somebody's going to draft him. Even if that means, dangling him in front of teams like the Bears or teams that pick behind the Bears just to get more picks. Somebody's going to get in the way. Nonetheless, most of the scenarios in which the Bears acquired Jeanty weren't realistic. Mo Morton from Bleacher Report added fuel to the potential of Chicago drafting Jeanty with his latest article that projects Chicago trades Swift to the Las Vegas Raiders for the number 6 overall pick, possibly for Jeanty. If they do that, yeah, they're going after Jeanty. But I just think it's going to take more than Swift. Even though Swift is a proven NFL commodity, he's proven he can give you some numbers in the NFL. Ashton Jeanty coming in, he's a rookie. Nobody has no idea how that's going to translate into the NFL. We just don't know. We can look at what he did in college and be like, yeah, I can, the way he's built, the way he moves, the physicality, I can see it possibly translating. I mean, that's pretty much a guess. But with Swift, you know what you're going to get. So what does Pete Carroll think? That's why I added my own personal caveat in there, because the trade is probably going to it's probably going to take more than Swift. So I'm thinking you probably going to have to give him that number 10. And hey, throw Tyson Bagent in there. Throw his ass in there. Shit, fuck it. Throw Tyson Bagent in there with it. That should be enough to get it done. Moton's projected trade would have Bears sending their 2025 first round pick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Number 10, their 2025 third round pick, number 72, and Deandre Swift to the Raiders for the number 6 overall pick. Many Bears fans would be fine with this trade because Jeanty would be a Bear. Despite that, the trade wouldn't make much sense. So this article sounds like they're not in agreement. Okay. Well, why not? Let's see. Ever since Johnson took over play calling in Detroit, he has run the backfield by committee. Sure, in his first year as the Lions offensive coordinator, it made sense to split carries between Jamal Williams and Swift, as they had different skill sets. But in 2023, The Lions drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, number 11 overall, and he still split time with David Montgomery in his first two seasons. While Gibbs and Montgomery do have different skill sets, usually when a running back is taken that high, they are the workhorse back. Given that's how Johnson did in Detroit, it's hard to see him doing that with Jeanty in Chicago. I mean, different. The offense is going to be a little bit different anyway. He already said that. You can't run the exact same prototypical offense he ran in Detroit. Because shit, what happens when you face Detroit? They know schematically what you're going to do, what you think, what angles you take. They know how you run your offense. So if you run in the exact same offense, same kind of personnel and thought process, that gives Detroit the edge. So obviously the offense is going to be much different in Chicago. So this trade, I don't think it would be. I think Jeanty would be the workhorse. He would be the 3-down back. And I don't know what they're going to do with Roshan because, he's not even the same anymore. But let's see. Even though the Boise State product can presumably handle the workload, Johnson would likely want to keep him as fresh as possible throughout the season. Trading away Swift would not allow him to do that. Therefore, Moton's proposed trade is unlikely to happen. Unless the Bears plan on bringing in another running back, whether it's late in the draft or via trade. Because there were talk of the Bears getting what's his name from the Jets, Breach. Is that his name? So Pose is wheeling and dealing behind the scenes because I think Ben Johnson has already told him, what kind of personnel he's in favor of as far as wanting to work with. I think they're communicating with each other. They both working in tandem. This is why I think Pose is going so hard after Jeanty, supposedly, allegedly, because we don't really know. These are rumors and opinions. Keep that in mind. Even if Chicago doesn't part with Swift, moving up to get Jeanty may still be in the cards. Regardless, the Bears will most certainly come out of the 2025 NFL draft with a running back. So my thoughts is I wonder what their plan B is going to be, because it takes two to tango. You can't force the Lakers, Freudian slip. You can't force the Raiders to engage in this trade. Somebody else might offer the Raiders something that the Raiders like better. That's why I threw my own personal spin in there. Like, hey, throw Tyson Bagent in there. The Raiders need a quarterback. Geno Smith is, he's all right. But that's obviously not the long-term solution. And whatever quarterback that the Raiders have their eyes on, Shedeur Sanders might be gone. Maybe they don't even like Shedeur Sanders, But who knows? This is all speculation, and me personally, I know a lot of people want more offensive linemen. I do too. We definitely need a left tackle because I don't care what PFF says. The eye test says Braxton Jones is not that good of a left tackle. I'm sorry. Somebody got to say it. I don't know what other people be watching on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, but I'm like, every time Caleb snaps the ball, I'm looking at Braxton Jones. I'm not even watching the play because I'm like, I wonder is this dude going to fall on his ass on this play too. and he like right in Caleb's lap, like, you know. So I'm not convinced with Braxton Jones at left tackle. So I understand fans out there that's like, hey, go with the trenches, 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 trenches. Yes, I definitely understand that. But with a if Jeanty is what a lot of people think he is, then the Bears can control the clock and completely slow the game down. Imagine that, being able to control any game. And if you Jeanty out of the backfield catching passes down the field, if you got to do some explosive stuff to keep up with like a team like, let's say, the Buffalo Bills, or in the NFC, the Eagles. The Eagles can put up points too. And what do they have? How did they win the Super Bowl last year? Saquon Barkley running his ass off. 4 or 5 yards here, 6 yards there. Up, there he goes. 30-yard run for a touchdown. You know how much pressure that takes off of your quarterback, whether it's a rookie, second year, third year, 10-year veteran quarterback. That's a quarterback's best friend, the running back and the tight end. Cole Kmet is cool. Cole Kmet, in my opinion, he's not striking any fear into anybody. He's okay. Actually, in my opinion, he's average. I mean, he's all right, but, if you got a chance to upgrade at tight end, you mean to tell me you're not going to take that opportunity? Now, if you had a Brock Bowers or you had, like, Travis Kelce in his prime, then you'd be good. You'd be like, all right, we set. But overall, the tight end and the running back is the quarterback's best friend outside of the offensive line. I'm strictly talking skill positions. But you guys let me know what you think about this proposed trade rumor by the Windy City. And it's pretty much been floating around like all off season. Like earlier in the off season, people had the mindset that Jeanty will probably slide to 10, where the Bears are gonna pick. Now, as of the last few weeks, people looked at Jeanty's workout and all that, and now they're like, oh man, now his stock has risen. Now people are like, well, maybe he might not slide. Maybe these other teams are gonna throw their name in a hat. So now it's like, holy crap. Now the Bears got a decision to make. You might have to trade up to get him. But how far? Because you really don't know. You think he's going to fall to the Raiders, but what if he doesn't? Now you're looking at who's left. Tyler Warren, he's probably going to be gone too. So it's a whole lot to think about. And the Bears got about a week to do it. We'll see. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And we will see in about a week or so. This is Shy Out of Town Sports. And we are out of here. What I say? Out of here. Say it again. Out of here.